Hello and welcome to my tutorial for a very easy ripple stitch, or sometimes called a chevron stitch. The one that I'm showing you here has been done with a variegated yarn that changed colour automatically, but today I'm going to use one variegated yarn and a plain yarn so that you can actually see the stripes. I'm using double knitting yarn and a 5mm hook. I'm going to start by chaining multiples of 14 plus one chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And if you're going to do quite a wide blanket, it's a good idea to put a stitch marker into every 14th chain, just so that when you come to count it's much easier than trying to count a whole load of stitches. For this tutorial I'm only going to do 3 multiples of 14 plus the one chain, but you can do as wide as you want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and again just pop a stitch marker into the 14th chain. You'll be able to take these out as you start working the first row, and I'm going to do a third block of 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plus the one stitch. And we can now start on the first row. Every row on this pattern is exactly the same as this one. It's really easy. In the third chain we're going to do 2 double crochets, which gives us 3 stitches all together in that first stitch. We're now going to work 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2 and 3. To form the first V, we now work 3 double crochet together. So we go yarn over, into the stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over and through 2, but we don't go through the 2 again, just leave those on the hook. In the next chain we do exactly the same thing, yarn over, through, pick up a loop and go through 2 stitches, 2 loops, sorry. Yarn over into the next stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over and just through the first 2. This is going to leave you with 4 loops on the hook. We now yarn over and go through all 4 together, and that's crocheted the 3 double crochets together. We're going to repeat that over the next 3 stitches. So yarn over, pick up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over into the next stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over, yarn over into the next stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over 2, which again leaves us the 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 4, which is now formed the bottom of the V shape. We're going to do 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 chains. There's 1 and 2 and 3. Just remove that stitch holder from there. In the next 2 stitches we're going to work 3 double crochets in each. So here's 1, and in the same stitch a second, and the same stitch again we do a 3rd double crochet, and again in the next stitch. There's 1 and 2 and 3. So where we've reduced the amount of stitches down at the bottom by crocheting 3 double crochets together, we've now increased at the top by working 3 double crochets into each of these 2 stitches. So again, now we're ready to go in the next 3, working 1 double crochet in each stitch. There's 1 and 2 and 3. We're now back down to the bottom where we're going to crochet 3 double crochets together. So into the stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over and just through the 2 loops, and again, and a 3rd, which is leaving you with the 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4, and we do exactly the same again over the next 3 stitches. 1 and 2 and 3, yarn over and pull through all 4. Again, we're going to do 3 double crochets over the next 3 stitches. There's 1 and 2 and 3. I'll just remove this other stitch stitch marker. Done those in the same one. 1, 2 and 3. And then again we've come up to the point, so we're going to do 3 double crochets in each of the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. And we carry on all the way along the row, going in multiples of 3. So we've started off with the 3 in the first stitch, 3 double crochets, crochet 3 together twice, work 3 double crochets, 3 into the next stitch, 3 into the next stitch, 1 single double crochet coming down, and again crocheting 3 together twice, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. As we get to the end of the row, we've got 1 chain left, and in that chain we do 3 double crochets. And I'm going to start in a new colour at this point. Now you can either cut off the yarn and pull the stitch through, turn over, and you can either do a standing double crochet as your first stitch, or you could join your yarn and do the 3 chain. I prefer to use a standing double crochet, which is a slip knot, and then we go over, yarn over, into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, through 2, yarn over and through 2, which gives you a standing double crochet. Into the same stitch, exactly the same as the first row, we do another 2 double crochets. We then crochet 1 double into each of the next 3. 1, 2, just get rid of that end there, and 3. Over the next 3 stitches we're going to double crochet 3 together. So yarn over through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, which leaves you with again the 4, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops, and we do exactly the same over the next 3 stitches. Double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Two and 3, and then you'll find that you're in the last of the 3 that you crocheted into the 1 stitch on the previous round, where you will do 3 double crochets into that stitch. 1, oops, 2 and 3, and you'll do 3 double crochets in the next stitch, which is the first of the 3 double crochets that you worked into the 1 stitch again on the previous round. So there we've got 1, 2 and 3. Double crochet in the next 3, and we're back down to the crocheting 3 together over the next 3 stitches. And we do that twice. You can see now that the chevron is forming. So the whole of the stitch is just done in 3s. We do the 3 together twice, we do the 3 double crochets going upwards, 3 into the same stitch twice, and then 3 going back down, and we just carry on working this way until you get to the desired length of the work that you want to do. Just remembering that at the beginning of each row we start with 3 stitches, 3 double crochets in that very first stitch, 3 working down, 3 together, 3 together, 3 working back up, and then at the very end of the row you will do 3 stitches into that final stitch, 3 double crochets. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please subscribe, and I hope to see you again.